So now let's do the fun part, the part I hate very much, the configuration part, so that we'll have config.yml configuration ability. So yeah, let's just jump right into it, okay? So let's go back to our teleport bow main class here, our main plugin class, and add two pieces of code that will allow us to use config.yml in a plugin. So git config.options.copy defaults, and then save default config. There we go. And now we can use config.yml in our plugin. And so let's go back to our listener class here and make it so that instead of just having true hard-coded, we actually make it so that it's true or false depending on what the config.yml option is. So inside of our config.yml, well, we don't even have one yet. We need to create it. So file config.yml. There we go. So we'll have an option called give on join, and we'll just set that to true or false, so it'll be true by default. So go back, and then we'll say what? Now to change this to match whatever is in the config, we need to make it so that we need an instance of the main plugin class so that we can get the config, right? So there's different ways we can do that. We've learned in a past video earlier in the series. So we're just going to do it by constructor injection, just by passing in an instance of the plugin to our constructor and then storing it as a field within the teleport bow listener class. So private final teleport bow, that's the name of our main plugin class, plugin. Import that. And then now we'll make our constructor. That'll just automatically do it for us. There we go. So now we have a new constructor here for this class with the instance of the plugin being passed in. And then now if we go back to our main plugin class, we can see that we can just pass in this, because this represents the current class that you're in, which is the main plugin class, and we're passing ourselves into the new teleport bow listener class, and then now we have it here that we can use. So with all that said, now we can go down here and do plugin.getConfig, and now we can access the config. And then do get boolean give on join. That's the name of the option, right? There we go. So that would be a true or false depending on if it's true or false in the config.yml. Okay, I went ahead and added some other options for us to use. So we have a bow name. So this is just essentially teleport bow with fancy formatting around it. And then we have the bow description, which will be our lore. So shoot your shot and teleport anywhere. And then the teleported message. So this is the message that is sent whenever you teleport or you get teleported by the teleport bow. Okay, so now let's take each of these fields here and add it into our plugin so that we can dynamically have messages essentially. Okay, first step is inside of our bow utils.java. So we want to take that name and also description and then put it into here whenever we're creating the custom item stack. Okay, so we're going to need an instance of this plugin, like I said. So we'll do same thing. So private final teleport bow plugin. There we go. I knew I was missing something. Add a constructor parameter plugin dot get config dot get string bow name. And the problem here is that you'll notice is that this is not static, right? But this is static. So we have a little bit of a conflict. You can't call a non-static field or variable within a static method unless the field is static or the variable is static. So that's problematic. So we either need to make this difference by essentially grabbing the instance of the plugin through a static method. That's one way we could do it. Or we can change this method to be non-static. So just a regular non-static method. There we go. So then all we have to do is create an instance of bow utils anytime we want to call the create teleport bow method, okay? So that's a little bit of a change, but not really too transformative. It's not going to really hurt that much stuff. We'll just edit that in a second, wherever we call this, okay? So anyway, so now instead of just set display name and passing in the string and the formatting automatically or manually, we're passing it in dynamically through whatever is specified in the config.yml. And then we'll do the same thing for our lore. The only downside is that we're only going to have one line, so it's going to look a little weird. But if you want to, you can customize it so that it has multiple lines. I can show you how to do that in the future. I probably have done that in a future episode. So plugin.getConfig.getString bow description. There we go. Awesome. Now let's go back to wherever we're calling create teleport bow and make the change because we're no longer calling it statically anymore. So here. So you can't just do bow utils dot create teleport bow. You need an actual instance of bow utils, like I said. So we'll just take this and then instantiate it up here, I guess. We can do that. So private final bow utils, and we can either instantiate it directly up here, or we can instantiate it within the constructor. And let's go ahead and do that because to instantiate bow utils, we need an instance of the main class, and we can't pass an instance of the main class if we don't have it here. So we're going to add that to this. So private final teleport bow, or just plugin. That's what we called it in other places. So we'll call it that here. So plugin. And then now we'll do add constructor parameters. And so we're passing an instance of our main plugin class to this constructor here. And then now we're setting it into here. And then now we can do this dot bow utils is equal to new bow utils and then just pass in plugin. And now we've created a new instance of bow utils without issue, which we can then use down here without issue. So bow utils. There we go. And again, there's many ways of doing all kinds of things. This is just the way I want to do it. I feel like this is the best way for our plugin. So you can change that if you wish. All right. Now let's go back to, this says one related problem. So we'll just click this and it'll tell us what the problem is. So we just need to change this from plugin to this, because again, we can pass that in because we're in that plugin. We're in that main plugin class. So we can pass in an instance of ourselves if we're the main plugin class to that constructor when we're instantiating the new give command class. Okay. So anyway, with all that said, hopefully that wasn't too confusing. With all that said, we can now grab the config.yml options inside of our bow utils class to create teleport bows. So we just need to do the same thing within this class as well. So change that to bow utils, and then we'll instantiate it right here. So private final bow utils. This dot bow utils is equal to new bow utils plugin. Awesome. There we go. All done. So now if we run this, hopefully we'll get no compilation errors and it'll build it into a jar file. There we go. All right, so now let's go ahead and try out our plugin with our custom config.yml options to see if they actually work. Great. So now we'll do /give bow. Well, actually, let's clear inventory first. So clear. So now give bow. Now we have our teleport bow. Now let's try shooting it. Oh, there we go. So we do get the custom name from our config.yml as well as the custom description. But as you can see, the text formatting is not being actually formatted onto the display name. So that's problematic. So we'll handle that in a second. But at the very least, we do know that it's being grabbed from the config.yml, which is good. That's what we wanted. Okay. But now let's go ahead and shoot this and see what happens. And it doesn't work. And see if you can figure out why. Go ahead and pause this video and think on it for a second to see if you can figure out why. It's immediately obvious to me just because we forgot something. So the issue is that the way we're checking to see who shot the arrow is by getting the display name of the item that shot the arrow, right? The shooter item. But we never changed it to match whatever is in the config.yml. We still have it as what we had it before. So let me show you. So inside of our teleport bow listener, inside of our projectile hit event listener, we have get item in main hand dot get item meta dot get display name dot equals ignore case, and then teleport bow with this formatting here. Again, we want to change this to match whatever the formatting is specified in the config.yml. So plugin.getConfig, and that's going to be the bow name. So get string bow dash name. And also we need to handle the formatting issue. So let's go back to bow utils, and it's really easy to make it apply the formatting. So this is just giving us a string, right? To change that into a string with the formatting applied, we can do chat color dot translate alternate color codes, and is the symbol, and then the actual string itself. Or it changes to a single quotes, by the way, because it's a char, right? And there we go. That's all you need to do. This is just in case it's null. You can ignore this highlighting there. That's just really annoying. So let's go ahead and do that wherever else we need to do that. So right here as well. So chat color dot translate alternate color codes, and then the message, and then back in teleport bow listener. So we need to make sure this formatting is applied here as well. So chat color dot translate alternate color codes, and then boom. All right, that's it right there. And one other thing that we forgot to do is we need to also take this, our teleported message, and actually display that whenever they actually get teleported. So instead of this, we'll do chat color dot translate alternate color codes, and there we go. And then plugin dot get config dot get string, and then the string, the field itself. So that'll give us the string at that location in the config.yml and display it to us whenever we get teleported by the teleport bow. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and try this out to see if it works now. Okie dokie, I'm back on the server, so CI to clear my inventory. So we'll do give bow. That still works. And now we can see the formatting is applied. So teleport bow looks really cool. And then the lore says shoot your shot and teleport anywhere, and it looks good. We don't even need to have multiple lines like we thought we did. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and shoot this and see what happens. It should say swoosh. And it does, and it plays the sound still as well. Awesome, so everything still works. Let's see what else we needed. Oh yeah, we also want to test out to make sure that it gives the bow when we join as still. So CI, and then disconnect, join, and there we go. It gives us the bow when we join because that is currently true in the config.yml. But if we change that, it won't give us the bow anymore when we join. So let's go ahead and try that out. So plugins. What is this plugin called? Teleport bow, config.yml, and then go to here, change this to false, Control S to save that, and then reload the server, reload confirm, CI to clear, rejoin, and we should not be given a bow now. There we go, we're not given a bow because this option was false in the config.yml. So this piece of code here will not be run because the if statement is false. Awesome. So there you go. That's pretty much it for this teleport bow plugin. It's very simple, but at the same time, taking a lot of different components of what we learned in this series so far to make a really cool plugin. So hopefully you like this little plugin that we created in this episode. If you want to see more videos like this, then let me know. I'll show you how to make all kinds of different plugins if you want to, as well as mini games in the near future. So stay tuned for that if you're someone who's been waiting for that for a while. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And swoosh. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. In the description below, I'll leave a link to the code for this episode so you can check it out. You can bookmark it, come back to it later. If you forget any concepts or you just want to review the concepts I taught in this video, I'll mark everything up with comments so you can come back and read the code without having to rewatch the video, although your reviews are greatly appreciated. So yeah, I'll leave a link for that in the description below, so make sure to check it out. And another thing is I'll leave a link to our Discord server. It's a big community for programmers. You can ask for help on your programming projects if you're stuck on something, or maybe you can get some new friends. If you don't have any friends, there's lots of people here. It's growing really fast. You can find lots of people who are passionate about the same things as you. For example, if you like Minecraft Spigot development, you can find lots of people who like that. If you like C++, if you like Java, if you like web development, it's a really, really big programming community. So feel free to join. There's a link for that in the description below. And the last thing I want to tell you is that if you want to support this channel, you can click the join button below this video, and you can join this channel as a member for as low as 99 cents a month, and you can cancel at any time. You get some cool perks like early access to all of my new videos, a cool rank on my Discord server like you see right here on the side, YouTube members, and also you get to see yourself on the screen like you see right now. So if that sounds cool to you, feel free to join. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you can't, that's okay too. I really just appreciate you watching the video anyway. And thank you. Thanks a lot. And that's it. So if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And peace.